Marcel R.
Marcel R ada, sudah datang belum? Marcel? Marcel R belum ada. Siapa mau bantu? Kelas D nomor absen 19 juga belum ada, Jeremy. Belum ada. Siapa mau bantu pimpin doa? Ada yang mau bantu? Halo. Henok bantu pimpin doa bisa?
Saya, Bu.
Oh, siapa? Moses. Oh ya, silakan Moses.
Teman-teman, mari kita berdoa dalam nama Bapa dan Putra dan Roh Kudus. Amin. Tuhan Yesus, kami ingin memulai pelajaran. Berkati Tuhan supaya pelajaran yang kami pelajari hari ini bisa menjadi berkat untuk masa depan kami. Berkati juga Tuhan supaya pelajaran hari ini bisa masuk ke otak kami dan bisa kami ingat. Terima kasih Tuhan. Amin. Kemuliaan kepada Bapa dan Putra dan Roh Kudus seperti pada permulaan, sekarang, selalu, dan sepanjang segala abad. Amin. Dalam nama Bapa dan Putra dan Roh Kudus. Amin.
Baik, nanti yang penutupnya kelas D ya. Siapa yang mau pimpin kelas D? Halo kelas D.
Kelas D.
Siapa yang mau pimpin nanti? Arwen, bisa pimpin nanti Arwen? Arwen?
Bisa.
Nanti Arwen pimpin doa penutupnya ya.
Ya, Bu.
Terima kasih. Silakan Mr. Brian.
Ya,
Good
terima
morning,
kasih,
Mr. Brian.
Hello, good morning, Axel. Okay, Mr. Brian will continue lesson today. Long time no see. Good morning, students.
Good morning, Mr.
Good morning, Mr.
Brian.
Okay, good morning. Wait a second. How are you today?
Good.
Okay, good.
I'm good.
You're fine. Oh, good. Okay. Glad to hear that. I'm also fine here too. Okay, now in this meeting, Mr. Brian will talk about the story of chocolate. Do you still remember from our last meeting? We're talking about chocolate.
Yes.
Okay, but it's already 2 weeks, yeah. 2 weeks ago. So Mr. Brian will repeat once again about chocolate here. The story of chocolate. Okay, and here Mr. Brian has pictures about chocolate form, chocolate bar or solid, such as Delphi or Silver Queen. You usually eat every time. And now we have chocolate liquid, yummy. It can use in milk or maybe milkshake and hot chocolate. Chocolate liquid atau coklat berbentuk cair. And the third form we have is chocolate powder or cocoa powder. This kind of form is usually used for cooking. Yeah, cooking. To make a cookies maybe or cereal. But you need to add sugar because when you eat chocolate powder, the taste is bitter atau pahit without sugar. Okay, so now how many forms we have about chocolate? Ada berapa bentuk coklat yang kita punya?
3.
Okay, great. We have 3. The first one we have chocolate bar atau coklat padat. And the second one we have chocolate liquid atau coklat cair. And the third one we have chocolate powder atau bubuk coklat. And the next page we have foods from chocolate. So actually in here we can process chocolate into a lot of food. Okay, Mr. Ray already write down some here. How we can processing chocolate into food. The first we have hot chocolate. Who doesn't like this kind of chocolate? And the second one we have chocolate ice cream. The third one we have cereal. And the next we have cookies atau kue. The next food we have milkshakes. The next food is cocoa powder atau bubuk coklat. And the next is chocolate sculptures or patung coklat.
Patung coklat.
And now we will talking about the origin of chocolate. Okay, from the first sentence here, 2000 years ago, Americans were mixing cacao beans with pods, vanilla, cinnamon, and spices. Okay, in here, we know that Americas is the first people who mixing cacao beans. Okay, with this kind of ingredients. The second sentence, in 1502, Christopher Columbus brought cacao back to Spain. Okay, you can see here, this is Christopher Columbus. Okay, and here, Mr. Bay want to inform you, Christopher Columbus is Spanish, atau orang Spanyol. Ya, orang Spanyol yang membawa coklat dari Amerikas into Spain or Europe for the first time. And the third sentence here, in 1847, people learned to change chocolate from liquid to solid. So we can enjoy candy bar. Oke ya. Jadi pada tahun 1847, orang itu baru pertama kali memproduksi coklat dalam bentuk padat. Okay, you can see here we have three forms of chocolate: solid, liquid, and powder. Okay, so now for the next page, we have videos. So please mute your audio and listen carefully. Can you hear a sound?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you for answer. Now please listen carefully.
If you can't imagine life without chocolate, you're lucky you weren't born before the 16th century. Until then, chocolate only existed in Mesoamerica, in a form quite different from what we know. As far back as 1900 BCE, the people of that region had learned to prepare the beans of the native cacao tree. The earliest records tell us the beans were ground and mixed with cornmeal and chili peppers to create a drink, not a relaxing cup of hot cocoa, but a bitter, invigorating concoction, frothing with foam. And if you thought we make a big deal about chocolate today, the Mesoamericans had us beat. They believed that cacao was a heavenly food gifted to humans by a feathered serpent god, known to the Maya as Kukulkan and to the Aztecs as Quetzalcoatl. Aztecs used cacao beans as currency and drank chocolate at royal feasts, gave it to soldiers as a reward for success in battle, and used it in rituals. The first transatlantic chocolate encounter occurred in 1519, when Hernán Cortés visited the court of Montezuma at Tenochtitlan. As recorded by Cortés' lieutenant, the king had 50 jugs of the drink brought out and poured into golden cups. When the colonists returned with shipments of the strange new bean, missionaries' salacious accounts of native customs gave it a reputation as an aphrodisiac. At first, its bitter taste made it suitable as a medicine for ailments like upset stomachs. But sweetening it with honey, sugar, or vanilla quickly made chocolate a popular delicacy in the Spanish court. And soon, no aristocratic home was complete without dedicated chocolateware. The fashionable drink was difficult and time-consuming to produce on a large scale. That involved using plantations and imported slave labor in the Caribbean and on islands off the coast of Africa. The world of chocolate would change forever in 1828 with the introduction of the cocoa press by Conrad van Houten of Amsterdam. Van Houten's invention could separate the cocoa's natural fat, or cocoa butter. This left a powder that could be mixed into a drinkable solution or recombined with the cocoa butter to create the solid chocolate we know today. Not long after, a Swiss chocolatier named Daniel Peter added powdered milk to the mix, thus inventing milk chocolate. By the 20th century, chocolate was no longer an elite luxury, but had become a treat for the public. Meeting the massive demand required more cultivation of cocoa, which can only grow near the equator. Now, instead of African slaves being shipped to South American cocoa plantations, cocoa production itself would shift to West Africa, with Côte d'Ivoire providing 2/5 of the world's cocoa as of 2015. Yet, along with the growth of the industry, there have been horrific abuses of human rights. Many of the plantations throughout West Africa, which supply Western companies, use slave and child labor, with an estimation of more than 2 million children affected. This is a complex problem that persists despite efforts from major chocolate companies to partner with African nations to reduce child and indentured labor practices. Today, chocolate has established itself in the rituals of our modern culture. Due to its colonial association with native cultures, combined with the power of advertising, chocolate retains an aura of something sensual, decadent, and forbidden. Yet knowing more about its fascinating and often cruel history, as well as its production today, tells us where these associations originate and what they hide. So as you unwrap your next bar of chocolate, take a moment to consider that not everything about chocolate is sweet.
Not everything about chocolate is sweet. Okay. Is the video is interesting?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, sebentar. Share screen-nya mati. Okay, after we watch the video here, okay. Now we will answer short question about videos. The first question, what is the video talking about?
Coklat.
Coklat.
Okay,
Coklat.
the video is talking about history of chocolate atau sejarah dari coklat. Or maybe you can say it story of chocolate. Okay, that is the answer for question number 1. Now, the second question. Where was chocolate first discovered? Yes, coklat ditemukan pertama kali di Americas, or you can say it Mesoamerica. Mesoamerica or Americas. Artinya masih dalam benua Amerika ya. And the third question. What was the first nation to bring chocolate to Europe? Oke, negara apa yang membawa coklat pertama kali ke Europe?
Jerman.
Spanyol, bos.
Spain.
Iya, Spanyol bos. Ya, Spain. Oke, great. Now, the next question. Who introduced the cocoa press for the first time? Oke, yang mengenalkan cocoa press atau alat untuk not Mayan people. It's from Holland. Okay, let me check it from the video. Okay, yeah, okay, this one, his machine, his cocoa press.
1828 with the introduction of the cocoa press by Conrad van Houten of Amsterdam.
Okay, so who introduced cocoa press?
Netherlands.
Yes, who?
From Netherlands.
Yes, from Netherlands. His name is Conrad van Houten. Okay, that is the answer for question number 4.
Itu di mana, Pak? Konrad van Houten.
Conrad van Houten. Jadi kalau ini pakai bahasa Belanda ya, Conrad van Houten. Okay, now we will move to the story of chocolate. So you can please open your book SD page 46 until 47. Oke, yuk disiapkan dulu bukunya. Oke, sembari menunggu. Wait a second. Can you hear my voice clearly, students?
Yes.
Okay, thank you for answering. We're talking about fact about chocolate. Okay. Fakta tentang coklat. The first fact we have, Spanish were the first to bring cocoa to Spain or Europe. Jadi bangsa Spanyol adalah orang yang pertama membawa coklat kembali ke Spanyol. Now you can see here from this picture, Spanish is the first people to bring cocoa to Spain. For the second fact we have, for the first time, chocolate only existed in Mesoamerica, especially from around Mexico, yeah. And the third sentence, or the third fact, Aztec and Mayas used cacao beans as currency. Oke, jadi suku Aztec dan suku Maya menggunakan biji coklat sebagai alat tukar. Oke, atau sebagai uang ya. Berarti kalau beli sesuatu barter ya namanya. Now we were talking about the story of chocolate. Text 1, based on the book pages 46 until 47. Who wants to read the text 1 here? Oke, ada yang mau coba membaca? If there is, Mr. Brian will choose one of you. Mr. Brian will choose. Okay, Moses. Ready,
Mister?
Moses, ready?
Ready, Mister?
Okay, please read the text 1 here.
The story of chocolate starts with the Olmecs and the Mayan people who lived in the Americas more than
1,000.
1,000 years ago. The Mayas have been growing cacao trees and using the seeds to make chocolate for
2,000
years or more. In fact, scientists have analyze
Analyze
chocolate residue from ceramic teapot. The results suggest that the Mayas were drinking chocolate as early as
2000.
2000 years ago. Some artifacts showing people pouring the liquid into cups. The Mayas also used the seeds as currency. With 10 seeds, they could buy a rabbit in the market.
Okay, thank you, Moses, for reading the text. Now, Mr. Brian will repeat once again. The story of chocolate start with the Olmecs and the Mayan people. Oke, jadi di sini cerita akan diawali dari orang Olmecs dan Mayan who lived in the Americas more than 1,000 years ago. Jadi mereka hidup 1000 tahun yang lalu. The Mayas have been growing cacao trees and using the seeds to make chocolate drinks for 2,000 years or more. Jadi 2000 tahun yang lalu, suku Maya telah menggunakan coklat sebagai minuman. In fact, scientists have analyzed chocolate residue from ceramic or teapot. Oke, jadi di sini peneliti or scientist telah menganalisa sisa coklat dari teapot atau teko teh ya. The results suggest that the Mayas were drinking chocolate as early as 2,600 years ago. Hasilnya, suku Maya telah meminum coklat sejak 2.600 tahun yang lalu. Some artifacts show people pouring the liquid into cups. Oke. Beberapa artefak memperlihatkan orang-orang menuangkan liquid coklat itu ke gelas. The Mayas also used the seed as currency. Suku Maya juga menggunakan biji coklat atau benih coklat itu sebagai currency atau tukaran. Mata uang ya. Tukar atau mata uang. With 10 seeds atau 10 biji, they could buy a rabbit in the market. Oke, jadi mereka bisa membeli dari 10 biji mereka bisa membeli 1 ekor kelinci di pasar. That's all from the story of chocolate text 1. So, after your friend Moses and Mr. Brian read the text here, do you know what
Mayan
is
itu
the
apa,
text?
Mister?
Yes, please.
Mayan itu apa, Mister?
Mayan itu suku Maya atau orang Maya. Oke, suku Maya ya, yang mereka hidup di pedalaman Amerika 1000 tahun yang lalu. Okay, so after Mr. Rain and your friend read the text here, do you know what is the text talking about? The text is talking about, teksnya bercerita tentang apa di sini? Teks pertama di sini. The main idea is in the first sentence on this paragraph. The story of chocolate starts with the Olmecs and the Mayan people who lived in the Americas more than 1,000 years ago. This is the main idea from this paragraph. Okay, so please remember, if in the next grade, this question usually show in the question. Oke, jadi perhatikan ya untuk main idea itu di next grade selanjutnya itu biasanya akan keluar ya. You can see main idea untuk cara mudahnya ya. From the first sentence of the paragraph, the second sentence of the paragraph, and the last paragraph. And the last sentence in the paragraph. Okay, in here we also have word in a red color. So please translate it into Bahasa. The first word we have is seeds. What is the
Biji.
meaning of seeds?
Biji.
Oke, biji atau benih ya. And the second word we have analyzed.
Dianalisis.
Oke, analisa, telah dianalisa, menganalisa. And the next word we have artifact.
Artefak.
Oke, artifact in bahasa. Oke, but untuk lebih jauhnya lagi, benda peninggalan bersejarah. Oke. For the next word we have pouring.
Penuangan.
Oke, penuangan. Okay, that's all from this text here. As usual, Mr. Ben already written the translation in the next page, so you can learn more about translation in this page. Seeds, biji, analyze, dianalisis, atau menganalisa. Artifact, artefak, pouring, penuangan. Okay, now, short question. Question number 1. Who analyzed chocolate residue from ceramic?
Scientist.
Siapa yang menganalisa sisa coklat dari keramik atau tipe tadi? Okay, so the answer is?
Scientist.
Okay, scientist. What is the meaning of scientist?
Ilmuwan.
Okay, great. Ilmuwan. Yeah, so the answer is scientist. Now, the second question. What is the result from chocolate residue from ceramic? Oke, hasilnya seperti apa setelah penemuan itu? Oke, maybe we can check it more. Oke, jadi dari hasil penelitian dari scientist apa? The result suggests that the Mayas were drinking chocolate as early as 2,000 years ago. Okay, this is the result from analysis. Jadi, suku Maya telah meminum coklat sejak 2.600 tahun yang lalu. The next question. How many rabbit Mayas can buy with 10 seeds?
1 rabbit.
1 rabbit, is it correct? Okay, the answer is 1 rabbit. Yes, correct. Okay, now we'll move to the next text, text 2. Who wants to read the text 2 here? Ada yang mau coba membaca?
Aku.
Yes, please. Siapa? Davina. Okay, please, Davina, read the text 2 here.
The story continues with the Aztecs, who also loved chocolate and prepared it hot like the Mayas. But the Aztecs added spices so that it would taste better. Some rich people drink chocolate for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Some were even buried with chocolate so that they could take it with them. So them to the next world. Between
1000,
2000,
100,
1000,
1000,
1000 to
100,
200, and
1000,
1500
500
CE.
CE.
The Aztecs also used chocolate as currency. In fact, by
1000,
1500, people were paying 30 cents for a rabbit.
Okay, thank you, Davina, for read the text to here. Okay. 1500. Okay. Now, Mr. William will repeat once again. The story continues with the Aztecs, who also loved chocolate and prepared it hot like the Mayas.
Kalau kita nggak apa, duduk dulu, duduk BK.
Okay, the story continues with the Aztec. Oke, jadi kita ceritanya berjalan atau berlanjut ke suku Aztec. Tadi setelah kita membaca suku Maya, sekarang kita ke suku Aztecs, who also loved chocolate and prepared it hot like the Mayas. Okay, so we know that Aztec also drink a hot chocolate like Mayas. But the Aztec added spices so that it would taste better. Oke, tetapi di sini kita juga tahu, if Aztec is the first people who mix cacao beans with rempah-rempah. Some rich people drank chocolate for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Oke, some rich people atau beberapa orang kaya drank chocolate for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Memakannya atau minumnya untuk sarapan, makan siang, dan makan malam. But remember, if you want to eat chocolate in breakfast, lunch, or dinner, don't add it sugar. Because too much sugar is not really good for your body. Okay, now we continue. Some were even buried with chocolate so that they could take it with them to the next world. Oke, beberapa orang juga dikubur bersama coklat ketika mereka meninggal ya. So that they could take it. Jadi mereka bisa mengambilnya bersama dengan mereka di kehidupan selanjutnya. Oke. That's unique. Between 1200 and 1500 Common Era or CE, the Aztec also used chocolate as currency. Oke, berarti pada antara tahun 1200 sampai 1500 Common Era, suku Aztec menggunakan coklat sebagai nilai tukar atau mata uangnya. In fact, by 1500, people were paying 30 cents for a rabbit. Okay, so for Aztec people, they need to pay 30 cents for one rabbit. That's all from the text to here. So after Mr. Brian and your friend Davina read the text to here, do you know what is the text to here talking about? The text is talking about
The story with Aztecs.
okay, so it's from the first sentence. Story continues with the Aztecs, who also loved chocolate and prepared it hot like the Mayas. This is the main idea from this paragraph. Remember, okay, cara mudahnya untuk menentukan main idea dari apa tadi? From first sentence, second sentence, or the last sentence on the paragraph. Okay, after we know the main idea from this paragraph, we also have around four red words. So please translate it into bahasa. The first word we have is prepared. What is the meaning of prepared?
Siapkan.
Oke, telah disiapkan ya. Now, the second word, edit.
Ditambahkan.
Oke, telah ditambahkan. Good. And the next word we have buried.
Terkubur.
Oke, terkubur atau dikubur ya. And the next word we have currency.
Mata uang.
Mata uang atau nilai tukar atau mata uang. Okay, that's all from the text too. As usual, translation is in the next page, so you can learn more about translation in this page. Oke, nanti kalian bisa tambahkan saja ya, currency mata uang atau nilai tukar ya. Now, we will move to short question. Okay, now short question. Question number 1. What did Aztecs add to hot chocolate?
Spice.
Oke, spice. Oke, atau rempah-rempah ya. That is the answer for question number 1. Now, the second question. Why some people pair it with chocolate? Because these people want to bring chocolate into heaven.
Yes.
Okay, great. So that is the answer, yeah. So they want to bring chocolate into the next word. Now, masa bisa berian semua yang jawab? Oke, coba. How many seeds Aztec need to buy?
10 seats.
Wait a second. To buy
36.
one rabbit.
36.
Oke, 30 seeds. Oh, kalau hitung-hitungan uang cepet ya. Okay, that's all from this question. Now, the last text we have is text 3. The story of chocolate, text 3. Who wants to read the text 3 here? Okay, Gita Santoso. Are you sleepy? Okay, if you're sleepy, please read the text 3 here.
Ya, Mister.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Let's
Continue our journey.
continue our journey when the Spanish are in the Aztec capital in
1519
519
CE.
They tried chocolate and hated it.
Without
Sugar was extremely
bitter.
bitter, so the Spanish mixed in with sugar.
Okay.
In
1500 500
CE,
okay, the Spanish
CE dispatched to the Aztec seeds and repeat back to Spain so that they could drink chocolate
there.
there. Before this, no one
No?
know about chocolate.
Oke, great. Kita Santoso. Oke, nice try. Gak apa-apa. Okay, now Mr. Brian will repeat once again. Let's continue our journey. Oke, kita lanjutkan perjalanan kita dari suku Maya Aztec. Now we're talking about Spanish. When the Spanish arrived in the Aztec capital in 1519 CE, our Common Era, they tried chocolate and hated it. Oke, jadi mereka mencoba coklat dan mereka benci. Why? Okay, this is the reason. Without sugar, it was extremely bitter. Oke, jadi coklat tanpa gula itu rasanya pahit ya. Such as coffee. Coffee without sugar is bitter. So, the Spanish mixed it with sugar. Jadi orang Spanyol itu mencampurnya dengan gula. In 1528 CE, our Common Era, the Spanish took the Aztec seeds and received back to Spain. Oke, jadi pada tahun 1528, orang Spanyol membawa biji coklat tadi dari suku Aztec dan resepnya kembali ke Spanyol. So that they could drink chocolate there. Jadi mereka bisa minum coklat di sana. So yummy. Before this, no one knew about chocolate. Sebelum ini, tidak ada yang tahu tentang coklat. In Europe ya. Okay, after your friend Gita Santoso and Mr. Brian read the text here, do you know what is the text talking about? The text is talking about. Okay, from the first or the second sentence?
Second.
Okay, the second sentence. When the Spanish arrived in the Aztec capital in 15 and 19 CE, our Common Era, they tried chocolate and hated it. Okay, this is the main idea from this paragraph. Please remember, nanti kalau kalian SMP, untuk soal main idea, itu sering sekali keluar. Karena apa? Untuk SMP nanti soalnya banyak cerita. Jadi kalian akan sering membaca. Okay, after we know the main idea from this paragraph, we also have both words here in a red color. So please translate it into bahasa. Okay, as usual. And the first word we have is journey.
Perjalanan.
Perjalanan. Okay, so journey it means perjalanan atau adventure ya. Atau petualangan. And the next word we have mixed.
Campur.
Oke, dicampur ya. Mencampur. And the next word we have extremely.
Sangat.
Sangat.
Oke, extremely. It's more than sangat. Jadi sangat gitu ya, extremely. So it's different with sangatnya, tapi it's almost the same. It's just more than. Okay. Now, short question. When Spanish arrived in the Aztec capital, kapan orang Spanyol tiba di Aztec capital?
1519.
Okay, great. In 1519. Okay, that is the answer for question number 1. Now, question number 2. Why Spanish hate chocolate when they tried it for the first time? Because
it was
Because
extremely
without sugar, it was extremely bitter.
Extremely better.
better or bitter?
bitter.
Bitter.
Okay, great. So, because without sugar, chocolate tastes bitter, such as coffee. Without sugar, it tastes bitter. Now, the third question. When Spanish took the Aztec seeds and received back to Spain. Okay, when Spanish took the Aztec seeds and received back to Spain? Kapan?
1528.
Oke, kapan orang Spanyol membawa coklat dari suku Aztec dan resepnya kembali ke Spain? 1528.
28.
Oke, great. 1528. Now, the next question. Oh, practice 1. Please translate it. Answer it with true or false. Oke, jadi kita di sini akan menjawab dengan benar atau salah. Oke, now it's time to coret-coret. Oke, kalian bisa coret-coret di sini ya. Oke, kalau coret-coret nomor 1 ya. Jawab asal benar atau salah terakhir. Oke, now the first sentence. Scientists have analyzed chocolate residue from ceramic or teapot. Is it true or false?
True.
Oke, kita coret. True. Okay, now this next sentence. Mayas also used the seed as currency. Is it true or false?
True.
Okay, true. Okay, great. Now the third sentence sudah cukup ya. Itu yang nomor 3. Spanish tried chocolate and hated it. Without sugar, it was extremely bitter. Extremely sweet.
False.
Okay.
False.
Without sugar, it's extremely bitter, yeah, not sweet. Okay, false, correct. Okay, for the next sentence, some were even buried with chocolate so that they could take it with them to the next world or heaven. Is it true or false?
True.
True. Okay, great. Now, the next sentence. Aztec added sugar so that it would taste better. It is true or false?
False.
True or false? Okay, some of you said true, some of you said false. So, the answer is false. Why? Okay, anyone know the reason why this sentence is false?
Because the Aztecs add spice.
Okay, great. So, who is added sugar? Oke, jadi siapa yang menambahkan gula ke coklatnya?
Spain.
Spanish.
Oke,
Spanish.
Spanish. Oke, atau orang-orang Spanyol. Okay, so please remember if Spanish and Spain is different. Spain is nation. Spanish is the people. Oke, jadi orang-orangnya itu Spanish dan untuk negaranya itu Spain. So that's all from this meeting. So any question for Mr. Brian and this meeting for today? Okay, if there isn't any question, okay, tadi yang disuruh membacakan doa penutup kelas hari ini siapa?
Arwen.
Mister.
Ya, siapa?
Arwen.
Arwen.
Arwen. Oke. Ini namanya kan pakai bahasa Indonesia ya, jadi Arwen bukan Arwen ya. Arwen, please Arwen.
Ya, Mister. Teman-teman, mari kita berdoa. Dalam nama Bapa dan Putra dan Roh Kudus. Amin. Ya Tuhan, terima kasih. Hari ini kita sudah selesai Zoom. Semoga pelajaran hari ini membuat kita semakin berguna untuk masa depan. Malaikat Allah yang engkau diserai oleh kemurahan Tuhan untuk melindungi aku. Terangilah, bimbinglah, dan antarlah kehidupan yang kekal. Amin. Dalam nama Bapa dan Putra dan Roh Kudus. Amin.
Terima kasih.
Oke,
Terima kasih,
terima
Mr.
kasih.
Brian. Terima
Thank
kasih,
you for
Mr.
coming
Brian.
today.
Terima kasih, Mr.
Brian.
Don't forget to eat
Mr. Brian.
chocolate. See you
Terima
later,
kasih,
student.
Budi.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a nice day.